Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Communicate. And coming on, we have a lovely lady named Diamonds. We're going to call her Diamonds, and she is a shredder, my friend. She is a shredder, but also she is just a brilliant guitarist all around when it comes to melody, and she's endorsed as well. So we're going to talk about some of her guitar deals that she has and her musical endeavors. So as usual, going to pin that comment. Our intro lasts about a minute here, and my name is Cait Devin, your awkward, orange-haired elf host.
Oh, this is cool.
Hello. Hello there. So everybody, if you're hopping on from my page, this is Diamonds. As you can see, you guys are going to love her. She is very, very pretty, very talented, and I don't know, girl, I love you. I love you so much. I love your videos, and you just give such a kind, just a very kind all-around vibe. So that's amazing. And we're just gonna kind of jump right into it. Firstly, I mean, how are you? Are you doing swell?
Yes, I'm great. You might see my cat in the background.
I noticed. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I get so distracted by cats. What's his name or her name?
Oh, her name is Saint. Saint. So she might, she likes to be on the computer. So that's like my little assistant. So
Oh, she's your assistant. I love that. I love your setup. Looks so cool.
Oh, thank
so I'm
you.
so glad to see you're doing well. And I saw Chenna Rocks tuning in. Hi, Chenna. She's awesome. As you can see, we're two redheads on here. So now that we got some friends tuning on in. Yes, kisses to all of our friends. So girl, yes, sending hearts. My heart is like a little awkward.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, there we go.
Cute.
This one like hurts my fingers.
Yeah.
Feels like my fingers are gonna break.
Oh yeah, I
so
appreciate
let's
the
talk
kind
about
words. I really appreciate you for saying that. Likewise to you, you're amazing. I love the work that you do. I see you performing all the time. That's something I aspire to do. So it's nice having friends that are like on go, like on tour, doing shows and stuff. It's very inspiring.
Always
so
on the go, yo. And you totally absolutely have it in you to like book consistent live shows, which we're going to talk about a little bit.
Yeah.
In this live chat, sometimes I don't even like to call them interviews because they're just like chill live chats, and I would love to play with you sometime in New York. The offer is always open. So like, speaking of your music, which you kind of dabble in so many different things here. You're very versatile, so you have the best guitar tones, like some of the best that I've ever heard, honestly. And I especially love the clean tone with reverb that you use pretty consistently in your videos. And I do believe that you acquired that through the Core V4 Stereo 40 guitar amplifier that was sent to you by Black Star Amplifiers. So shout out to them.
I know, right?
Tell us a little bit more about how you got such great sounds and a little bit about Black Star amps.
I love them. They're so nice and so kind. I really love that practice amp. I've actually been using those type of practice amps for like over 10 years. So it was nice to be able to get like some really newer versions of them, because the amps nowadays you can plug directly into the DAW, which is very convenient. You can use it like as an interface. So I really appreciate them, upgrading the technology, and it's nice being able to work with such an amazing company, because I've been looking up to those particular companies since I've been playing. So, since I was young. So it was really nice being able to work with such a caring and open-minded company. And like, yeah, the tones that I used, most of them do come from the Black Star. I definitely use it to practice, and I use it for practicing so that I can hear myself better. I do have like an X effects, but it's just not the same sound that you get from like a real amp. So it's really awesome to be able to use that, if that makes sense.
No, absolutely. Like, that's such a big thing for us guitarists to be able to plug it right into the DAW. Like, that's so convenient.
Yeah.
And like, honestly, like I said, being totally honest when I say this, one of the best guitar tones I've heard. So if you're looking for a nice, clean, reverby tone, did I just make up a word? Awkward elf making up words here, but
that's cool.
Guys, absolutely. If you're hopping in from my page, check out her guitar videos, because you don't only move fast with your fingers and shred. You also have vast knowledge when it comes to chords and creating melodies. So let's talk a little bit about your guitar technique, because it is really impressive, admittedly. So between like intricate tapping and your ethereal chord shapes, your ethereal, am I pronouncing words right? The world may never know. You really know how to construct a great melody, though.
Thank you.
So how do you go about balancing your technicality and melody in your performances? Because that's something that guitarists take years to master sometimes. And like you said, you've been at this for a long time. You kind of manifested your relationship with Black Star amps through looking up to them. So definitely tell me about how you balance some of those things.
Well, um, when I
Sierra!
was like younger, I was really into like metal, like heavy metal, like death metal, technical death metal and stuff like that. So like I really wanted to be the fastest I could be. Like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of like a race sometimes. You want to be the best or the fastest. So like after a while I started to slow down and kind of appreciate more so like the melodic side of things, the more relaxed side of music, and I tried to kind of have a balance more so and not always think about being so technical because I still want people to enjoy the music, you know,
And
and I still want to
so
enjoy
funny
the
you said that.
music. Yeah. So nowadays I just try to write what I feel more so than trying to um, like I try to write what I feel instead of like trying to like be the best per se. Like I do want
Right.
to be the best that I can be, but I try not to compare myself because there's so many other guitars that are so much faster, you know. But I just try to enjoy what I do, and yeah, I just try to enjoy it. And if I get better, like I try to progress as I can, you know. But um, yeah, I just try to have a balance. I think for me, just balance is important when I try to write music. So
Absolutely. You brought up a lot of good points there because, I mean, I'm sure there's guitarists in the chat here, or at least instrumentalists for that matter. I think a lot of us have been through that phase where we're just trying to be the most technical or the
yeah,
fastest, for example, because in this day and age, I want to say freaking 2019 up until this point, so many, and I mean so many monsters, like beasts of guitarists
yeah.
have risen, right? Like literally, like, and I say that in the best way possible. They're just beasts, like Jason Richardson,
Oh my
for
goodness.
example. Is that man a robot? Can somebody please explain? Let's see for a minute, like Polyphia, for example.
Yeah.
You know, it's just there's so much uh, versatility in this scene, and if you're trying to just be the absolute best in regards to technicality, I think that as an artist you're setting yourself up to fail, because you know there's always going to be somebody more technical,
Yeah,
there's always,
literally. Yeah.
you know,
Literally.
and
Mm-hmm.
but that doesn't mean that you can't be you. I
Right.
think that all artists should
Yeah.
strive to be themselves, because that's where the real connection is made with fans. It's not about being the fastest, it's not about being the most technical, it's about true connection.
Yes,
It's
exactly.
a competition, then it's the opposite of a competition, my
Mhm.
friend, my pal.
Right.
It is definitely the opposite of a competition.
Like, of
I
course, you
think
want to
that,
be the best that you can be, but
right,
be the
I
best that
think,
you can be and still progress. You still want to be better than yesterday,
yes,
but
what I'm saying is that initially subconsciously you might want to be like literally on par with the absolute greats, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I think that trying to emulate them completely, like note for note, sometimes damages artistry. And I think that, you know, taking inspiration from these people and putting it towards something that is unique to you is, again, where the connection is made. And I think the only person that an artist should ever compete with is themselves.
exactly.
Whoever's in the mirror that you're looking at is the person that you should be competing with. Absolutely. And,
Right.
you know, I think that's why you've improved so much. You're just always trying to top what you're doing, and you're still keeping it diamonds. It's you. It's you. And that's why we love it. We can tell it's just your style. So, what is your advice for writing an awesome guitar melody? Speaking of your style, because it's so good, what is your advice for writing a nice guitar melody that really sticks in somebody's head?
Hmm. Well, I kind of wake up with melodies in my head, so I
Girl,
start with something simple.
yes, I love that. I love that.
But
And
you know, like you know how you wake up sometimes, you're like, oh, that actually sounds kind of cool. Let me see if I can put it on guitar. So like, I'll just take basic melodies, and then I'll just like find the chords like in that melody, if that makes sense, and try to put it on the guitar. Like, I usually start with chord progressions.
right.
And then from the chord progressions, I'll try to just write things in between. And
Gotcha.
yeah, because like that's kind of where the tapping comes in, anyways, just chord melody. So I just try to write with chord and melody, like kind of like at the same time. And for me, that kind of has been helping me. When I learned about chord melody, I think that pretty much helped me um, as far as like writing music. So yeah.
Absolutely. I know that this actually isn't part of my notes here, and I know that maybe answering on the spot can be like maybe a little bit tough, but in regards to creating songs with various chords, how do you go about figuring out what chords should be in a certain key, maybe for beginners in the chat here? Or maybe like, what's your favorite key to play in, and what are some of your favorite chords in that key? Maybe that's like a easier question.
Honestly, I don't really use theory that much. So
Gotcha. Okay.
I
All
mean,
right. So
yeah,
you just like
I
you're an
probably
by
tend to
ear girl.
yeah, I probably tend to use like the same keys, but I don't really use theory when I'm writing that much. I know theory, like I grew up playing classical music, but not on guitar, but with clarinet. But um,
Yes.
I'm not like classically trained on guitar, so I just use my ear and yeah.
So
I
basically,
just
you're just
I
very
use my
naturally
ear.
talented. Very naturally talented, and you have a great ear. Speaking of relying on your ear, I think that ear training is like a big part of
Yeah.
being a guitarist. You know, to each their own. I'm not like saying that every guitarist here absolutely should be like ear trained, but I think that really developing a good ear is just immaculate. Sometimes it's even better than theory, in my opinion. Am I gonna get canceled for this? Am I gonna get canceled for this? I don't care. I think that I think that honestly, if you can just develop a good ear, do it, guys, do it. And maybe
Yeah.
sprinkle a little bit of theory in there, because
Mm-hmm.
admittedly, you and me
Yeah.
both, between you and me, girl, and everybody here,
Mm-hmm.
I don't use much theory either. I really don't. I was talking to Courtney Cox, and she admitted that she's not even much of a gear person, you know. So it's interesting to see everybody's like different perspectives. Even though we love guitar, we might not focus on theory too much or gear too much. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
So, what is a must-learn guitar exercise or riff that you've kind of like been going over that you might want to tell us about or share if you have your guitar nearby? If you don't, feel free to just tell us about it.
Um, exercises. Okay, well, I like to play like a lot of like old school like rock stuff like Metallica. That just gets my fingers going. So like
Yes.
I'll like any of my favorite like rock like simple rock songs. I like to use that to warm up and to get the dexterity going a little bit. And I learned a lot of stuff from like Ichika. He has like a lot of lessons online. And that
Yep.
really helped me too. Like his
Yep.
lessons are so amazing. Like he teaches the chord progressions and everything that he uses. So I think that really helped me. And yeah, so those lessons have helped. Like YouTube lessons have helped me. And yeah. So like as far as like riffs, like I'll literally just like throw on some Metallica and just like play to it. Like
That's awesome,
yeah.
dude.
That's like
Yeah,
my
you're
go-to like warm up, go-to like practice. If I, if I need a quick warm up, just play throughout the song or the album for the albums.
there you
So
go. Honestly, that's a great way to warm up because you're playing a tune, you know, it's not like you're just jamming to a metronome or something really
Mhm.
tedious like that. You get to
Yeah.
like you know, keep your fingers from getting rusty and enjoy some tunes at the same time. And of course, Metallica, you can't go wrong. I too am a
You can't
Metallica
go wrong
girl.
with Metallica. But
Dude, you
I
can't.
do like exercises, like a few skill exercises with the metronome.
Mhm.
Most of the warm ups I do also is just like original music. So like I
Mhm.
just go straight to just like practicing the music that I've written like the day before or like the week before, because I have to have it memorized. So I have to like practice it every day. So that I just do to like not even a metronome. I use a drum machine like online. I use the online drum machine. Because it's more
Gotcha.
interesting. A metronome, I get really bored, like unfocused. But like with the drum machine, I can kind of like do the different drum patterns and stuff. So it gets
Yeah.
really interesting.
It
Yeah.
kind of helps you lock
So
in more.
mhm.
Helps you
Yeah,
lock in
it does help you
more.
lock in more. Yeah, because you can do the different syncopations and stuff, and you know, it's
Hmm.
nice. It's nice.
One of my favorite guitar solos from Metallica is from Wherever I May Roam.
Oh yeah, that one is so sick.
Dun,
Oh my
dun,
goodness,
dun,
that's
dun,
so sick.
dun,
Mhm.
dun.
That one is so sick. Yeah.
I could go on. Sad but True is really fun. I think that
Yes, I love like literally when I think of Metallica, it just reminds me of when I was like a teenager. Like
hmm
I really love them. They're so cool.
girl, we should see them together.
No, we really should, because that would be such a like crazy experience for real.
I'm
That would be so crazy.
manifesting you getting on stage
Yeah.
with them. You know how cool that would be? Like they
Oh.
would love you. They would absolutely love you and the crowd would love you. Like you in that like boxing arena that they
Yeah.
get in or whatever.
Heck
It's
yeah,
like
that would
kind of
be
like it looks like
lit.
one and yeah,
That
yeah,
would
I'm
be lit.
manifesting that for you for
Yeah, they're
sure.
like a big influence. They're so cool. They're so cool.
Absolutely. And guys, if you want to ask any questions for Diamonds here, we may take two or three. Because I'm on my last question here. I did see that we had just a few. Like for example, Mr. Cheshire. I'm not sure if you're still tuned in, but they asked, "Do y'all play acoustic?" Acoustic? Do you play
Oh,
acoustic?
do I play acoustic? Yes, I do play acoustic. I love acoustic guitar. It's nice. It's really
Yeah.
nice.
Who doesn't love acoustic? I
I
mean,
have a classical. I have a classical guitar. So it's not acoustic. I have a classical, and then I have like this lava me three guitars. Really cool. It's like an acoustic electric guitar.
dude, you should upload some videos of that soon. Like at
Yeah, I
least
should.
some more if it's been a minute, because I would love to
Mhm.
see that. I would love to see that, especially like plugged into your DAW. Mm.
Oh yeah, and it's really cool. You can plug it into the DAW, which is like so sick.
Yeah, that literally is awesome. Again,
Yeah.
that's like just convenience galore.
Mhm.
I know we did have a comment further up asking if you're a gamer, like if you're a fellow
I
gamer, because
am.
it sucks.
I love video games.
Oh my
But I just got
gosh,
back into video games like last year, like mid last year,
Diamond.
and it's just
Dude,
been so fun.
guys, she's so cool. I love her vibes. You know, sometimes I get like nervous during interviews. I don't
Yeah,
know why.
I'm nervous now, but you make it so
Oh,
much better. So
oh,
it's
thank
cool.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get used to it. I do. But again, it like depends on the vibes. Like maybe it's because we're both red. We're both
Yeah.
red, and you're just again so chill. We have one that says, "Are you open to collaborating with other artists? And who is your ideal artist to collaborate with?"
That's such a good
Yeah.
question.
Who do you want to collab
Yeah, I
with?
am open to collabing. I'm always open. Like honestly, like if I go through my messages, it's nothing but like people like, oh, let's work. And I want to get to everybody. Like that would be a
Mm-hmm.
dream. Like literally. Um, I don't like. Do I have a dream? Yeah, I have like a bunch of dream collabs, but like I think I need to wait on those for a second. But I would love to work with you. Like that would be sick. Like
Dude, yes. You
yeah,
know, I'm
it's
setting up
actually
for
a
this
lot of
studio.
people.
I would
Yeah,
love
it's
a
a lot of people that I want
guitar
to
solo
work
from
with.
you. I want a guitar solo from this one on one of my tracks.
Okay,
For sure.
that'd be perfect. Yeah, like
Let's work. Let's
yeah,
work. Yeah, you got a
you
lot of folks tuning in wanting to collab. Guys, what I kind of recommend you do, I mean, if you're a fellow musician coming on from my page, follower, you know, we're all about, I think a really important part of being an artist, no matter what level that you're on, is connecting with people at your level too. Like, not always chasing, you know,
Right,
the next thing up.
exactly.
Like, look at what's
Yeah.
around you, because you
Mhm.
need to look at the people coming up, because they
Yeah.
very well could come up, and
Yeah.
you want to like enjoy the creativity around you. So let's see, what is your approach to creating original guitar content? I'm trying to do some stuff, but copyright is a real pain, so covers are a hit or miss, and that came from Mig's Music. They asked you that question.
Okay, what was the question again? I'm so
No,
sorry.
you're all good. It was like he gave you like some compliments in there too. It
Okay.
kind of went over our discussion about how you create original guitar content, but
Okay.
he said that he's trying to do stuff and he's kind of just struggling. And as far as covers go, he's having issues with copyright. So
Oh,
he's like, whatever word of advice that you have for him, I guess he yeah, that's his question.
well, it depends on what direction you want to go in, because I know some people who are so like successful doing covers, and then I know people that do the original. So like either or is like really cool. I don't really know about the copyright stuff anymore because it's been so long since I've done a cover. But as far as like original stuff, I mean, if you, it just depends on what you want to do. Like um, if you want to express yourself exactly how you want to, I would say definitely do original stuff, or like try it out, see how people respond to it, and then also do covers. So I think maybe doing both and then seeing the response from your audience can kind of help. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Good advice.
Mm.
Good advice. As far as the copyright thing, I post a lot of covers, right? A lot. I get booked full time as like literally like a human jukebox for different venues,
That's
covers
so
and
sick.
originals, so they want a blend. I know for ASCAP, I think that you can give a percentage to the actual artist. Although, look into that. Please don't quote me. Yeah, for sure. As far as covers go, I think it's you, if you use like the actual sound of the artist, that can get copyrighted if you don't like add the sound in the audio or in the video, in the reel, I mean. Sorry if I didn't articulate that. But I haven't run into a lot of those issues. So I think just go for it. Make the covers your own and just go for it. And definitely just credit the artist and you'll be good. We're going to take maybe 3 more questions here. We got one that says, oh, this is a good one. So when you have writer's block, do you force something, or do you just like walk away and kind of try later?
It depends on the situation. If I have something due, I definitely gotta force it. But if I'm just going at my own pace, I don't force it at all. I go watch a movie, play some video games, go outside. I do everything other than music if I have writer's block, because that most likely gives me the inspo that I need. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to step away. Step
Mm-hmm.
away.
Yeah.
For sure. And you know,
I,
you were talking
yeah.
about ear training. We were. And if you're like sitting at the studio for a long time, or like, I don't know, just editing for a long time, you can get like ear fatigue, I think, like hearing
Yeah.
fatigue and whatever. So it can get, I feel like that can contribute to writer's block too if you're just like going way too hard, you know, and spending way too much time. Sometimes you just got to step away. Let's see here. What tips do you have for a beginner guitarist? Like very beginner, ultra beginner, the most beginner.
Okay. When I was a beginner, like I would literally find my favorite artist or favorite guitarist, and I would just learn their music. Like even if
Mm-hmm.
it's just like a little passage, I would just learn their songs, learn their music, learn how the songs go. Um, and also just learning like basic chords, like basic chord shapes.
Mm-hmm.
Because guitar is a lot about the chords, depending on the type of style of guitar that you're doing. But I know for sure the type of style that I do, I have to learn chords like all the time just to try to like, find something different. But I guess when you're starting out as like completely beginner, learning the names of the strings and trying to learn the names of the notes on the frets, and also knowing the names of the different parts of the guitar when you're like first starting out, I guess
Mm-hmm.
would help so that you know like what you're went there. So
Mm-hmm.
and
Great
when you
advice.
first start, it's like you gotta start from scratch. You gotta know like how the guitar works almost.
Yes. Learn all the names. Like literally, a guitar is like a second body. It's like a second
Yeah.
voice. Take the time to kind of just figure it out. When I first started, I think I thought that you like I don't even know. I didn't even know what a fret was. I didn't even know.
Facts though, for
I
real.
thought a
That's
fret was a
okay.
chord. I thought a fret was a literal chord. I was very confused. So we all have to start
No, that's funny.
somewhere.
That's
I know.
not funny.
I went into my guitar lesson playing a C, a simple C, and I was like, I learned my first fret. So we all start somewhere.
Yeah.
We all do, and then
That's funny.
I last year I wrote for Guitar World, so that's just a thing.
Nice.
Things can happen.
Yeah.
Things can change. So we do have a few more questions rolling in. Do you have to scoot, or are you okay for a few
I'm
more?
so down to answer.
Okay, cool. What is the hardest song you've ever learned? Oh, this one says for me it's Intervals, String Theory. Oh, Intervals is great. I love them. So what's like a really difficult song that you've learned?
um, maybe any Polyphia, but
Mm,
and also maybe like I've tried to attempt Steve Vai. Like some of his songs are pretty
they
difficult.
are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like For the Love of God, like that
Hmm.
song is so difficult because you have to have. It's not even just about the technique. You really got to have that same soul almost to play that song.
You
It's
do.
just so difficult. But yeah.
Dude, that's the thing about Steve Vai. I feel like some of his songs aren't even like explicitly difficult.
Mhm.
It's just that he has this signature soul
Mhm.
that can be a little bit hard to emulate. His
Yes.
phrasing
Yes.
his
Yes.
phrasing
Exactly.
specifically can be a little bit hard to emulate. So it can take some time to study. You just gave me a flashback because I once played Bad Horsey live with a
Wow.
Bad Horsey. Dun, dun,
How was
dun,
that?
dun, 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 dun. It wasn't bad. If I were watching from the audience, I would give it like a 7.5 out of 10. I wouldn't say that I was necessarily bad. I would give myself a lot of credit for doing it, but
Yeah.
yeah, dude, I look forward to you playing with Steve I someday. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I've got a
Can
lot of
you
work to
can
do.
you play Tool? Can you play Tool? We have somebody
Oh,
asking
I
that. Any?
missed too. I grew up on that band. I grew up on
Mm.
that band. Literally.
Yes. Have you ever seen them live?
I've never seen them live.
They put on
I
a
really
crazy show. I've never been either, but I have several friends who have seen them live in concert. Their time signatures are the wackiest
Yeah, they're
part,
so
honestly.
interesting. They're so interesting.
Oh yeah, this one goes. Bad Horsey is genius in its simplicity. Dropped detuning with a slide. Bingo! And I didn't use a slide. That's why I gave it a 7.5. I didn't even use a slide. I feel like that's a little bit of a crime, but at least I
No,
made it my own. I was really trying to like
right,
move
you
my
did,
pointer finger
yeah.
like a slide. Yeah. So guys, just make things your own. And I do have one more question for you here. Just as like a little ending question, what else would you like us to know about your upcoming like musical endeavors? And is there anything that you're currently working on that you would like your following to know about?
I would like them to know that I am coming out with an official single
Woo!
because yes, I am coming out with a
Yes.
single. So I would like to let them know that, which will lead to a project, but we're just gonna focus on the single first, okay? Because they've been asking about a project, but I want them to just focus on the single first.
Yes, I literally, right as you say that, I see it. Diamond, please drop an EP. Definitely in the future. But this is like a like smidgen of an EP. It's like a sprinkle of an EP. It's a single, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Who are some of your inspirations for the single, or what is like a song or album that kind of emulates some similar energy?
Maybe Rihanna.
Dude, I'm excited for that. I didn't
Yeah,
expect that one.
yeah.
Very excited for
But
that.
I mean, it's still gonna have like all the technical aspects that people want. I'm just trying to make it an even playing field. Okay, I just want everything to
Dude,
have a balance.
I like that. I love that
Yeah.
because, you're kind of going like the poppier route, more contemporary, should I
Mhm.
say, but with the technicality.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
some of my guitar friends on here are going like complete dance pop, but adding rock
That is
solos to it.
so sick. That's
And
so
I
sick.
I'm really proud of so many of my like acquaintances here online for like branching out and doing so many different things, regardless of what people might say or regardless of what niches entail or say. Just be you. Sometimes I just say you are the niche. So you're doing great. And I think, guys, if you have like, we got one more question here, we can answer that. But other than that, I'm going to let Diamond scoot here, work on maybe some music or her new single here that is coming out very soon. Very, very, very soon. Indeed. Rock on. Rock on. Again, if you're new to my page here, I just, I invite people on and we chat. We chat about various things. One of the guests I had was, have you ever seen Terrifier, the movie?
No, what's it about?
Do you like horror?
I do, actually. I do.
It's a little intense. It's a little intense, but it's about a very brutal clown.
Oh my God, a clown, like
Scary, like so scary, right? I actually interviewed like the lead actor from that plays the scary clown.
Really?
That
That's so cool.
that was cool. So guys, I'm open to networking too. Absolutely. Follow Diamonds if you're coming from my page.
Please.
Look forward to her single. It is coming.
And I'll follow back, of course, and show love, as I always do.
Absolutely.
So.
Please come to Central New York if you're looking to play live shows.
Oh, I'm definitely coming up north. I'm definitely, even though it's kind of cold up there sometimes, I'm definitely.
It is a little bit.
Yeah.
Yo. Oh my God, we gotta comment this. So Terrifier 2 had me messed up. It had me messed up.
For real, I'm gonna go watch it. I like really scary movies. Like it has to be super scary, like super super scary.
It's so brutal. There was points in the theater I could not watch.
Really?
I was like completely. I like spun around in my seat, like just could not watch.
Yeah, it can get like that. Like I definitely had movies where I just couldn't even watch the whole thing. It was like, okay, like half of the movie is gone.
Literally. Oh, this one says best guitarist I've heard. That's wonderful. So thank you so much for chatting with us. And
yes,
this
thank you guys
interview
so much. I really appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much, so much, Cait. I really appreciate you. Thank you for the kind words, and yeah, I really appreciate you. You're such an inspiration to me. All of my friends are very, very big inspirations to me. So it was very nice to be able to come on to your interview.
Thank you so much for coming on as well. That means just as much to me. And if you're hearing like little Twitter/X notifications, ignore that. My phone is like an entity of its own. But yes, again, like I said, this whole interview will be posted. Perhaps we'll cross-post it to our pages. If you missed any of it, if you're tuning in right now, we are going to just kind of put it up for everybody to see. But everybody have a great day. Take care of yourselves. And I'll see ya.
Bye.
Cheers. Have a swell day.